Alright, we are starting today's video off with a quick little 4-man raid. Unfortunately, no purple. What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. Recently, a friend of mine invited me to that 4-man raid, and I thought to myself, I have never done a solo raid, so today will be my first time trying. I don't really watch guides because I just, what can I say? I just don't watch guides, so I kind of understand the basics of Ohm, and I would like to think that I know how to run every other room in Chambers after all these years. Even though I've always done it with a team, today we're going to try it out solo. So what I'm basically going to be doing is 10 hours of solo raids. This is going to come out to be approximately loot from 20 chambers, but if we don't get a purple in those 20, then we're just going to probably do another 10, another 15, see where our luck may lie, and yeah, we might go a little over the 10-hour mark today, but that is okay. The main goal for this one is a purple, so hopefully we get a drop. So as you can see, we are doing the shaman room right now. Very easy to do this room. You just avoid the poison splats, and just like that, the shamans are dead. I did have mystics before this room, but it's really not that much to talk about. You just pray magic and you kill the mages one at a time. So as it goes for the layout of the raid, it really determines whether or not I'm going to prep in the middle of the raid, at the beginning of the raid, or at the end. But as you can see here, I've collected all of my mushrooms, my juice, and my planks. So now I'm going to go ahead and go do the crab room, which is funny because this room took me the longest to actually understand. I don't have all of the tiles marked everywhere, but in that room it is very important. So luckily I got that down. Now moving on to Mutadile, using a twisted bow on the big crocodile is much better than the Tumican. I have definitely learned that by now. So this room did take a little bit of learning. I mean, still to this day, I do mess up here occasionally if the freeze does not land on the big gator. But what can I say? Gator, I'll see you later. We did manage to get the kill, and this unlocks an overload. So that's incredible. We don't have to make that. We can just simply save it for the end of the raid for Ohm. And of course, sip on it until then to speed up all of the other rooms. For example, the tightrope here. Very simple. You can even avoid damage by running back and forth like I was doing, but at the end of the day, we did manage to kill all the rangers and all the majors, and since we are overloaded up, I'm going to be hitting so much higher. Now that we've done all of the rooms, we are going to go ahead into Ohm, but before we do that, we do have some quick words from boot.dev. This video is brought to you by boot.dev. So on boot.dev, you're going to be learning how to code, and while you're doing so, you're going to be earning XP, levels, achievements, and you're going to be completing quests to get a top spot on the global leaderboard. All of boot.dev's content is free to read and watch in guest mode. However, a paid membership unlocks the interactive features like the hands-on coding, AI assistance, progress tracking, and game mechanics. Did you guys know that programmers have amazing earning potential? According to Stack Overflow, the median salary for backend developers in the US in 2024 was over $100,000. And if you're trying to learn on boot.dev, they never want you to feel like you're not getting your money's worth, so they offer a 30-day no questions asked refund policy, as well as a free demo of every interactive experience on every course. The boot.dev Discord community also has a ton of real humans to help you if you ever get stuck, because learning how to code is not easy, but on boot.dev you have a community to back you in every way. Boot.dev's curriculum takes some time, and it goes properly in depth on both the theory and the practice, so if you're ever completely stuck or you just want to see how the instructor wrote the code, there are solutions available for every challenge on the site. Programmers often have the option as well to work remotely from home, so the real question is, what are you waiting for? Learn how to program today. Simply go to boot.dev and try out the courses for free, and you can also use my code Mr. No Sleep to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. A huge thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring today's video. Alright, off to Ohm we go. This is going to be my first ever time soloing Ohm. As you can see, I have a couple of tiles marked, but I don't think I have the ones that are 100% necessary or at least recommended. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with the mage hand. I simply run in, and with my Tumican Shadow, I am just going to be killing the mage hand as quick as possible. Now, people have suggested to me that I use a Sang Staff for this, and at this point, I didn't really know how to run the head, so a Sang Staff would have helped out a lot, but either way, we did manage to kill the mage hand, so now I'm just going to focus all of my attention on the melee hand, and this is where I take the most damage because I don't really run or turn the head at all during this phase, or at least I was trying in the beginning, but then I decided just to AFK it and just kind of sit here and absorb all the damage, and then I would try to put more focus into running while I was killing the mage hand versus the melee hand. So either way though, the melee hand is dead, and as you can see, only one Saradomin Brew has been sipped, and this is a big credit to the Blood Fury because the Tumican Shadow doesn't heal me on these on the mage hand, as you can see, but the Blood Fury on the melee hand does heal me. So I will happily take that. I always bring 5 Super Restores, and the rest I bring Saradomin Brews. That's with this setup. However, with a Sang Staff, I do see myself bringing 6 Super Restores nowadays rather than just 5. So that is something to keep in mind, but now we have the mage hand dead, so we're just going to primarily focus on the melee hand. You know, try to avoid as many things as you can to save yourself from taking the unnecessary damage. Again, this is without a guide, so I'm just kind of doing it to the best of my ability. Why don't you watch a guide, Mr. No Sleep? I don't know. I find it to be more fun when you don't really know what to do, but you try to figure it out on your own. I mean, we live in a world now where there's guides for literally everything, and to me, I don't know, it just kind of takes the fun out of it. I'm going to learn it eventually, you know what I mean? I'm not going anywhere, so I'll learn this and I'll master it eventually, but I don't mind making mistakes and kind of learning on my own. So yeah, just bear with me if you're an expert raider and you're judging me right now. I don't blame you at all, but we're on the final phase here, which means we have to kill the hands at the same exact time. So as you can see, I'm trying my best to time it perfectly so that I don't, you know, accidentally heal the melee hand. I'm just trying to kind of avoid everything to the best of my ability, kill the mage hand, and then we're going to kill that melee hand before the mage hand comes back to life. And there you go. Once we have that figured out, I just have to make sure that I don't die. That is the key here. If I die every single raid, this is going to be pointless because I won't have any points to show for it, and the odds of me getting a rare are so much lower. But if I can somehow survive, even though I don't know the basics here, then I can definitely make this worthwhile, and the odds of getting a purple are going to be much higher. So with all of that being said, I have finally completed my first ever solo raid, and it's incredible. Undying Raider coming in, 5 points for that master combat task, and overall it did take me 46 minutes. I did it all wrong, but I did not die, and that is good enough for me. So hopefully we're going to lower that time from 45 minutes to ideally 30, but if we can do any better than that, then I will happily take that as well. We're also going to be gathering up elite clue scrolls in this video, and well, I'm sure we're going to get some masters as well, so we'll save all of those near towards the end. As you can see in this next raid, I do have Tecton, and I also have Vanguards. I actually really enjoyed Tecton. I didn't quite understand where to not take damage while killing him, but he's a really easy boss, and always have to remember that these are normal raids. These are not challenge mode, and I do have virtually best in slot gear, so that makes it so much easier. Vanguards, even though it's not challenge mode, again, it was a little challenging for me anyway. The Vanguards do hit quite often, so I tried my best to kind of just equalize their HP and just slowly but surely kill them. I did mess up this room a few times during the course of this video, but luckily this was actually my first take and my first ever attempt doing Vanguards, and yeah, it was definitely challenging but very rewarding because you always get some nice supply drops and you're guaranteed some overloads as well, just like you're guaranteed them from Tecton. So I really did enjoy the learning curve. I actually ended up learning every single raid room, even Vasa and Vespula, which I was terrified to learn, but it actually went really smooth. That being said, another raid completed, 41 minutes this time, 33,000 points, so we lowered it by about 5 minutes, which is not too bad. Unfortunately, one thing that you can't avoid here all the time is deaths. Well, I mean, I'm sure you can if you're good enough, but I had a lot of things stack up on me, and like I said, you never want to die because that initial 32 to 34,000 points has been lowered now down to 20,000, so it is a huge drop off and it lowers your chance at a rare, but on the other side of things, we did get an elite clue, so we'll go ahead and do that later. I gotta say, I didn't really really expect myself to try out solo chambers anytime on my main account. I was more so looking forward to doing this on my Iron Man, but he's kind of stuck at Corrupted Gauntlet right now, which you guys will see in a few days. So that's just going to be in the future, and hopefully by then we'll have mastered it on the main account so that we can efficiently do it on the Iron Man. That being said, though, we had a lovely 30-minute raid, definitely getting much faster at these, and I did go ahead and get a Master Clue casket. On the next raid was me trying out Vespula for the first time, which actually I think I got a little lucky on. Like, I feel like I definitely should have died here because I didn't have the tiles marked, but overall I kind of knew what to do, and I was hitting so high that I figure, okay, it's not going to take too long to kill this portal. It's only 250 HP, so luckily I did last, and it was a really smooth room. What can I say? I don't have any problem at Vespula. Ice Demon is a joke because I'm always on normal spell books with Fire Surge, so anytime I get the Ice Demon room, I just love it. I just kill it in 3 hits sometimes, and the only other room I didn't really show you guys in the beginning was Guardians, which is very simplistic. It helps to have a Blood Fury here if you're low on HP and you don't want to sip any brews, and yeah, didn't get any heals there, but that's okay. It was a solid room, and yeah, just a very basic room in general. But yeah, another raid completed, 28 minutes overall this time for about 1,000 death runes, as well as a dark relic. I'm going to be using all of those dark relics on fishing, so yeah, it doesn't really mean too much, but I'll take it. I would definitely prefer them on the Iron Man account, but nevertheless, we have a back-to-back dark relic, 33-minute finish time, 32,000 points. I like how I'm always above 30,000 for the most part. There were a couple raids like this one here coming up where I'm at 28k points, a little bit lower, and when that happens, it tends to be me dying at Mutadial, maybe like in the first or second room. So sometimes it does happen, but at the end of the day, you know, it's always nice to get the clutch wins with this one. 3 HP. Yet again, another dark relic, and yeah, I'll take that. More adamant ore as well. We're going to be keeping all of the loot in a separate loot tab. We have 440 chambers KC overall, which means that this is a total of 10 completed for the video, which means 10 more for the 10 hours. But again, we have not seen a purple yet, so if we don't have a purple by the end of the 10 hour, we'll just go ahead and kind of do the basic price check and hopefully do some more so that we can get this purple, because I would love to see it. The last item I got was an Ancestral Robe Top in a 4-man. It was a very long time ago, but I'm still yet to see that solo purple, and unfortunately we died again at Ulm. I mean, I really tried to limit my deaths at Ulm. I think I only died maybe 3 times out of a total of like 35 chambers, but it is painful when you die there and lose all your points, because that just really hurts your odds at a purple. But believe it or not, you know, I did see Twisted Bows when there were multiple deaths in the raids that I was in, so it just depends on how your luck is looking. Overall though, 444 raids completed, a Torn Prayer Scroll coming in. I gotta say, I did not really enjoy solo TOA as much as I've enjoyed solo chambers, and I think I can get much better here. Here it is again at a 31-minute completion time. There's no doubt in my mind that I can get it below 30 minutes every single raid, but look at that beautiful loot. 36,000 points, 28 minutes, and we have over 1,000 bloods and 1,000 death runes. That is incredible. This normal loot really does add up over time, and although I am spending money to do these raids on like ammunition and runes and blood fury charges, I really should still average out just by getting these normal drops, and whatever purple we do end up receiving, whether it be in this video or the next one, that's just going to help out the price check and most likely be all profit. And you also have these clue scrolls as well. It's really nice to get a guaranteed elite versus like a hard clue. You know, you can do an elite, you can do a master, so that's just going to be helping the price check as well, and we're going to be stacking up those caskets and opening them up very soon. Overall though, I did have a lot of fun with this one, and that does make for 20 raids completed. At this point, the profit is about 6.5 mil, so that's not too bad, but I'm going to go ahead and do another 5 just because of the deaths that I had at Ulm, those 3 deaths. I really want to make up for that in this 10-hour video, so why not just go learn Vasa as well? We already learned Vespula earlier, and Vasa was actually a breeze, so I look forward to doing that room in the future again. And let's go ahead and wrap this up with these next 5 chests. This will kind of be an average of what you can expect from 10 hours if you don't die here. And yeah, I mean, overall getting 25 Cox KC in 10 hours, you know, like I mean, I'm probably more like 12 or 13, but at the end of the day, that's not a bad result. Again, you can always decide to duo this, trio this, 4-man, etc. But as you can see there, loot from 25 chambers of Xerix, 8.4 mil just in normal drops. We also have 3 elites and 3 dark relics. So that's about it from the 10 hour. I'm going to do a couple more raids here and just see if I can get lucky, and then we're going to go ahead and open up these clues. All right, from the hard clue, I think I got this from a ninja impling, as a matter of fact. 235k from the first elite, 127k with a master clue. That is amazing. From the next elite, 630k for the 650th elite overall Fury ornament kit. Not too bad. Finally, from the last elite, 114k. Let's go ahead and open up that master clue for 307k. And yeah, we'll save the next master for another time, because on the 7th step, I got a fighter torso. So I'm going to have to go get that back. Overall, though, I did do 10 more raids after the initial 25. So, you know, this is overall 35 raids, but kind of a spoiler at this point in the video. It's not too much of a spoiler, but we did not get a purple. So I'm going to be coming back here next month to do loot from 100 solos. And I know for a fact I'll get a purple in that one. But yeah, I'm really happy to learn something a little bit new, and well, new to me, but I definitely have a lot more until I master this. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video today, and I am back now. Sorry I was in Philadelphia for a week or so, but we're back full time. Streams are also resuming. I just finished up a stream just now, so I will see you guys on Twitch, and I'll see you guys soon on YouTube with a new video. Until next time, thank you to all the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to DeceptionZ and xXzoticx, and thank you to DaeDogGaming as well. Till next time, Mr. No Sleep out.